Hello everyone, and welcome to Grand Prix Charlotte, hosted by Star City Games. I'm Glenn Jones, and I'm here with Steve Belledin.
Hello.
Steve, you're one of the artists we have among many here at the Grand Prix this weekend, and we've got a number of your works collected here. So I just wanted to do a quick interview with you, talk about your history in magic illustration, fantasy illustration, and where you're going with it, I guess. So
Sure thing.
How did you get started in fantasy art?
Oh, that's a really weird question. It's weird. I went to art school, but they didn't really talk about fantasy art as an option so much. It was kind of downplayed at the time, anyway, in the mid '90s. It was, sort of the redheaded stepchild of illustration, anyway.
Sure. Like genre fiction or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was one of those weird things where I had buddies who intentionally went into it, but I really never considered it as a long-term, option. And it's sort of like I was sort of, encouraged into it by friends more than anything, and it just worked out.
Oh, interesting. So, what led you to Magic specifically?
Well, I mean, if you're going to do fantasy gaming art, that's sort of the granddaddy of them all.
Sure.
It's the one to get to. I played Magic in high school and college, and it was there very much in my mind. But like I said, I never even considered it as like, a possibility. But as soon as I started to get into the industry, it was obvious. It was the obvious goal.
Sure. So, what cards were among your first, or I guess what set maybe, did you start actually doing Magic illustration?
The first set I did worked on was Cold Snap.
Cold Snap. Okay.
Yeah, the first two pieces I did were Phobia and Phantasm and Hibernation Set.
So I saw that at your booth you have a lot of originals with you on sale. Do you almost exclusively work in original mediums? Or I should say physical mediums.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an oil painter. I really, no one would pay me for my digital work at all. It seems weird and counterintuitive, but I mean, I learned when that wasn't really much of an option, and I never really took the time to become proficient in any sort of digital medium. I'll go into my sketches digitally, and I'll do some minor digital retouches on paintings before handing them in, but it's all, for the most part, physical.
Sure. I mean, it has a nice upside of giving you some really nice pieces, obviously, you can sell to fans, like these originals we have here, some of your recent works, and you also have all these sketches.
Yep.
Are these sketches, I assume these are the sketches you actually use planning out these works, or are they the one, is this like the one you sent in for Hinderland Hermit to Wizards?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, everything starts out with pencil. Sometimes, I'll import that into Photoshop and do some darks and lights on it. But in general, it's all, pencil to. I'm completely traditional. Yeah,
all right. Okay.
I'm an old man.
So when you're signing, what are the cards people are most commonly bringing up to you, I guess, at these shows?
Of late, certainly Overgrown Tomb and probably a fair amount of. Death marks, dresses, kind of stuff. Some
of the more old school favorites.
Yeah.
Not that many Crimson Muck Waders?
No.
I like me a Crimson Muck Wader, so I feel a little bad for him. So those are the more popular cards. Do you have any favorites yourself? Pieces you're just really proud of that have held up over the years?
Yeah, I think my favorite, and it will be for quite some time, I think, is still Surgical Extraction. That's easily my favorite painting I've ever done for Magic. It was this weird blend of there was something personal to it about it that I could really, bring out of the piece, and it was just completely within my wheelhouse. I knew exactly what to do with it as soon as I got the assignment. So it was a rarity, but yeah.
That's nice. I mean, your favorites both are rare and tournament playable at that.
Yeah.
So.
If you're looking to register for the main event tomorrow, there's currently a wait
I thought I heard it too. All right, that's pretty much all I have. So, Steve, thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
All right, and we'll be back with more of Grand Prix Charlotte.